It's so
Okay, okay, okay.
Good evening, everyone. Are you able to see me? Are you able to hear me? Please type LC in the chat box, loud and clear in the chat box if you are able to see me and hear me, guys. Awesome. So we have around 14 people. Let people join, but let's get started. Awesome. Good evening, everyone. I heartily welcome each one of you to another family meeting. So every Thursdays from 8:15 to 8:45, we have this quick family meeting. So what is the agenda of this family meeting? We have our 3-hour workshop participants, we have our 5-day workshop participants, 2-week intensive participants, and then we have a silver community, gold community, Cine Superstars Club community, and we have a lot of weekend workshop participants who I have worked with over the last 8 years. So anyone can join this one meeting on a weekly basis, stay connected, and anytime if they decide to restart their journey with filmmaking, they can start with this meeting. Every week we catch up for just 30-35 minutes and discuss cinema together so that that momentum is kept alive. It's all about momentum, momentum, momentum. See, a lot of people have attended our workshops. They have come into our 3-hour or 2-week, and then because of various reasons, they have stopped their journey there. They have taken a pause or they have gotten distracted and moved to something else. So if at all you want to get back into cinema, this is the meeting I want you guys to attend and just stay connected with the community. Very soon, you will get that required motivation, required clarity to move forward. That is the idea. Type C if this is clear, guys. So every Thursdays, 8:15 p.m., please set your alarms. Whether we remind you or not, make sure you attend the meetings without fail. So one quick update I have to all of you. Navaratri celebrations is happening, and very soon Diwali is coming, Deepavali is coming, and before we know it, New Year will be here. We are already in October 10th, so we have just 2.5 months to go for the New Year. So this year we are doing something very exciting. For a long time we have worked towards it, and the community is growing every single day, and Cine Superstar Club is growing. We have a few new participants who joined very recently, who joined the community as well. So more than 120 people are coming together to work in a feature film and make a feature film in the coming year. So this new year, whoever is interested in cinema, like I have always told you, dreaming of it, thinking of it is one frequency, taking action is another frequency. Today morning, we were discussing in our community in the Cine Superstar Club meeting, just coming together on a weekly basis, discussing cinema, working in cinema, analyzing cinema, breaking down cinema on a regular basis for 1 year is going to create a phenomenal amount of magic. We have not even completed that 1 year time period. Just few months have happened, and already the kind of results that we are seeing in the community, the kind of growth in the past also. See, I told you I have been conducting these workshops for almost a decade now. In the past, some people who are really passionate and who are really driven, they used to take their own their journey in their own hands, and they used to kind of move forward in their journey. But a lot of people who used to attend our workshops, after a point of time, they used to lose the momentum, and they used to get back to their normal routine and completely lose touch with cinema. But the magic of the Cine Superstars Club community is that until it becomes a lifestyle for you, we are working again and again together. Every week we are coming together. We are discussing cinema. Even people, if they take small breaks here and there, they get back into the game, and we are working together on discussing cinema, working in each other's films, various aspects of cinema, understanding it, breaking it down, analyzing. So as this process keeps happening, definitely the way you think about cinema, the way you come up with stories, everything is going to change. So that is the magic of the Cine Superstars Club community. So with Navaratri coming up, and Deepavali coming up, and a new year coming up, I urge each one of you to get into that zone, get into that committed zone where you decide for the next 1 year, cinema is what I'm going to completely focus on. See, millions and millions of people dream of becoming a filmmaker. In that, a lot of people go to the big studios, stand at the gate of the studios, asking for opportunity, looking for opportunity, requesting for opportunity. But we are trying to create opportunity where you from the comfort of your homes, along with your 9 to 5 job, along with whatever lifestyle you are having, in that you just organize it a bit better and you make sure you pursue cinema also. So it can't get easier than this. It can't get more effective than this. So please don't take this lightly. Don't take this casually. Dedicate, commit. If you don't have that commitment that for the next 1 year I'm going to be laser focused on my journey of my passion of filmmaking, this is not going to happen. There is no secret recipe here. It's all about repetition, practice, and dedicated effort. So how many of you promise to do this, guys? Of course, Cine Superstars Club, they are doing it amazingly, but for them also I told it's not about 1 month, 2 months, it's a 1 year journey. Only if you have that commitment, I can promise the magic. So how many of you promise that you will do that? Type P in the chat box. So minimum 1 year we have to give for cinema. And the other question when people come into Cine Superstars Club that I ask them is, are you ready to give this time only for cinema? Don't think of any other aspect. Someone will say, I want to become a poster designer. Someone will say, I want to become a musician. Someone will say something else. I tell them, you will have your whole life to do all those things. See, I am an actor, guys. I came into the industry only to be an actor. First 2 years of my journey, 2010 to 2012, I was like, I'm going to do only acting. I'm not going to do anything else because I had always heard this quote. If you try to become a jack of all, you will never be a master of anything. Jack of all, master of none. So I was very scared to get into anything else because I didn't want to get distracted from acting. But then I saw the trend that was happening. People were becoming content creators, learning editing, learning other things, and they were able to create more opportunities for themselves. Then I also loved every aspect of cinema. So out of curiosity and necessity, I started learning everything. And then I realized the more I learn about cinema, the better I can act, the better I can showcase myself on screen, the better I can actually present myself as an actor. So I don't have to look for others to give me opportunity. I can create my own opportunity. I'm not saying if you only focus on acting and if you only keep struggling to get acting opportunities, you will not get it. There are people who have got it, but the chances are very less. 1 in a million might get an opportunity to become a star, not just an actor. To become a star, I am talking about. You might get some side character here and there. You might get some small roles here and there. That can happen. But if your aspiration is to become the next Shah Rukh Khan or next Rajinikanth or next star, you can be a small time star, but a star, not an actor. How many of you understand the difference between an actor and a star? Type me in the chat box, guys. You get a lot of actors. Every person you go in the film industry you meet, they will say they are actors. They are professional actors. They are struggling actors. They are aspiring actors. But stars, you can call yourself a star only if you have that recognition, only if you have that repeated audience base who want to watch you on screen. So to become that, you have to make sure you're always there on screen. And if someone else has the control of putting you on screen, there is a high chance that you might get that one opportunity or two opportunity and you might lose it. But if you know how to create content, if you know how to push yourself out there, today we all are lucky. We are in the golden age of social media technology that we can create content and go into Big Boss. We can create content and go into reality shows. We can create content and work with big actors. So we have that opportunity today. So for that, we are creating this ecosystem where people create the opportunities for themselves. So I want you to commit at least for 1 year for this to happen. Type 1 year in the chat box if you are ready to do this, guys. Not only Cine Superstar Club members, I'm telling this to everyone. You just give 1 week or 2 weeks to learn something and don't expect to become a star. But 1 year committedly you learn, the lifestyle will change into something else, and then there is a higher chance. And also because you have committed 1 year with the community, if anyone becomes successful, you also by default get to work with them. That is the magic of this community. So having said that, happy Navaratri, advanced Deepavali wishes, and New Year is coming. So make use of this renewed energy that comes with all these new beginnings and try to get into cinema with a lot of zeal and commitment. Awesome. So coming to the concept of the day, today I want to talk about, of course, I was talking about this in the Cine Superstars Club in the morning. So I thought, let me talk about that in the family meeting today as well. The best way for newcomers, to start their filmmaking journey is by using this mantra called I. Can you all type I in the chat box? I. So what is this double I formula? Imitation and innovation. Can you all type these words? Imitation and innovation. What is imitation? What is innovation? Imitation is something already someone has done something and you are just imitating that. Already someone has done something and you are imitating that. What is innovation? No one has done it before. You are innovating. So a lot of people, when they come into cinema, they try to innovate. I tell people, don't try to innovate unless you are really good at imitating. First, focus on imitating. Today morning, we were discussing about poster design, and I mentioned this thing roughly to my participants. Initially, there are millions of ways in which you can design a poster. But how will the director decide, okay, this is the way I want to do a poster for my film? So whenever you are making a film or whenever you are making a creative decision, ask yourself this question. Is there anything that is similar to what I am trying to do already in cinema? Has any director made a film that is close to the kind of film I am trying to make? Suppose I am trying to make a romantic comedy. I will look at the industry. Okay, Karan Johar does romantic comedies well. Imtiaz Ali's films look like romantic comedies. Every language, there will be some directors who are good at romantic comedies. So you take your inspiring directors or your inspirations as references and then check out their works. Check out the way they have done the shots. Check out the way they have done the poster. Check out the way they have done the costume design. Check out the way they have done the composition. And then initially, just imitate them. How many of you remember that when we were in LKG, when we were just starting our alphabets journey, learning to write the alphabets, we had something called as copywriting books or cursive writing books. Type R in the chat box if you remember that, guys. We had something called as cursive writing books or copywriting books where the letters used to be printed already and we used to sketch the letter with our pencil again and again. Even if you remember before that, we used to have this concept of slate where with chalk piece we used to sketch the letters. The teacher used to write it, we used to sketch it. Why? Because our muscles, our hands, our mind get used to writing the letter in a certain way for a certain amount of time. Then you take a ruled book, and then you start writing there. After you reach a certain level, you will start getting blank pages. No lines are there. If you remember, we used to have something called as a 4-line notebook where 4 lines used to be there so that you can draw it properly. And then we used to get that single line notebooks and then we transitioned to blank pages. So if you remember, that's how we learned our language, our alphabet writing as we were growing up. The same funda you can apply here also. Initially, take a lot of references from cinema and try to recreate that. Once you get a hold on that, then you can start innovating your own stuff. That way, when you are starting initially, you will not end up making very amateur looking stuff. You will already have a vantage point from where you can start. You will, in Kannada, I have one very amazing example. Rakshit Shetty, a famous actor and director in Kannada industry, he came into Kannada film industry with one film called Simpalagon Love Story, where he was the actor. He became decently famous with that film itself. But then he made a film called Ulidavaru Kandante. How many of you have heard of this film? Type me in the chat box, guys. So probably we should discuss that film in our Cine Superstars Club someday. It's like a very iconic film in Kannada film industry. Actually, that film made him a very famous director in Kannada, and it kind of made him one of the like amazing directors he is today in Kannada because of that film. That was his breakthrough film. But the fact is, when the film came, it didn't financially work at that time. But still, the film became such a huge sensation that he got a lot of awards for it. And also, it became a milestone in Kannada cinema, that film. But actually, if you look at that film, so much of the film, so many things in that film is complete inspiration from Quentin Tarantino. How many of you know Quentin Tarantino? Type Q in the chat box. Quentin Tarantino is a very exciting filmmaker. He has a very unique style of storytelling. He does every film in chapters. There'll be chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and he writes dialogues in a very exciting way. And his characters will be very unique. So all those things were there in that film called Ulidavaru Kandante. And also he got inspired from another film called Roshoman, which is a very famous Japanese film, which actually Kamal Hassan got inspired for Vidumandi also. So Roshoman and Quentin Tarantino's films were the inspiration for Ulidavaru Kandante, but it became a milestone film in Kannada, milestone film in Kannada film industry. So it's very much okay to get inspired. It's very much okay to imitate initially, because so many things, if you look at the Tulidavaru Kandante, we will discuss it in our Cine Superstar Club community. You will see that so many things you can directly see that it is taken from Quentin Tarantino films, Pulp Fiction, or so many of Quentin Tarantino's films has the same kind of chapter effect, the packaging. You will see so many similarities. But people were okay because he made the film as a homage to Quentin Tarantino, as a dedication to Quentin Tarantino. So people are completely okay. But Rakshit Shetty, I have been following him. He started learning three-act structure, the screenplay writing, everything after making Ulidavaru Kandante. He just totally got inspired from that few films that he had watched, and he tried to recreate the same thing. And he did such a tremendous job that he became an iconic director in Kannada. Then he started getting inspired from other sources. So similarly, when you are making a film or when you are coming up with a creative decision for your film, like it can be a poster design, it can be a editing, it can be a music, get inspired. Don't innovate, imitate. Can you all type imitate in the chat box, guys? It's very much okay to imitate actors. It's very much okay to imitate the shots. It's very much okay to imitate the style of direction. It's very much okay to imitate the music. So I know of so many people who have gotten inspired and who have imitated other people. I have told you one more example of my friend Swaroop Raju Sai in his film Agent Sai Srinivas Atraya. For one particular scene, he just took the shots from Swadesh film. So he imitated the same shot composition, shot by shot. He imitated the same shot composition in his film. So initially, it's completely okay to do that. By doing that, you have an advantage of actually following a thought process of a very famous filmmaker, very mature filmmaker, very seasoned filmmaker. You are not taking your own thought process. You are just mimicking a very famous filmmaker because that filmmaker also has done films in the style that you are envisioning. You are imitating him, and your film also will start looking professional. So gradually you start transitioning into your own thought process, your own style. Of course, even when you imitate, you are not 100% imitating. You are getting inspired and you are using it to your story. So people will feel the originality of your story, but still they will appreciate the imitation also. For example, when Kirik Party came in Kannada, many people compared it to Premam. There were so many elements of the Malayalam film Premam in Kirik Party, but Kirik Party was a huge hit in Kannada. How many of you know this? If you look at the shots, if you look at the angles, if you look at the storyline, there will be so much that you can see from Premam. There was a lot of controversy also that it's a ripoff of Premam, but people didn't mind. Kirik Party is completely a different kind of story. Premam is completely a different kind of story, and both of them were commercial successes. So it's very much okay to imitate. Please remember this. Initially, don't work too hard on trying to innovate. Imitate. Gradually, once you get used to the art form, then you can innovate. Can you all type II once again if this is clear, guys? So remember this, when all the Cine Superstar Club members, when you are going to start your own films, remember this formula. Imitate and then gradually innovate. If you're part of the advanced community, I'll tell you when you can start innovating. Initially, we are all going to just imitate. That's what I have also done. I have always taken inspiration from so many films because I get motivated as a filmmaker by other films only. I am not exposed to rowdyism or I am not exposed to horror in my real life. My life has been amazing. I'm very grateful for my life. So all the different stories that I come up with, it's because I got inspired from other films, other stories, other actors, and whatever I learned through other cinema. That's what has inspired me to make my cinema. So if you see my cinema, you will see, okay, this scene looks like this filmmaker. This scene looks like this filmmaker. I'm completely okay. One of the biggest example of recent times. Any examples? Can you put it in the chat box? You all will know. How many of you know that Rajamouli has done so many imitations from so many films? How many of you know that Atli has done imitation of all the films? So Rajamouli's films, if you go and check on internet copycat, you will see so many scenes that are scene to scene, it will be same. But still, it actually becomes a completely different film when you do it in your style. So even Simple Agon Love Story, which Rakshit Shetty came with, it's a Kannada film, famous film in Kannada. There is a film called 50 First Dates or something by what is her name? Hmm. 50 First Dates. That's a great film in Hollywood, like a romantic comedy. So it was kind of inspired from that. So it's even a lot of Kamal Hassan and Rajinikanth films in the 90s are like inspired from Hollywood films. Arunachalam, so many films, they are inspired. So big filmmakers have done it, so we as beginners we can do it, but I'm telling you, don't try to innovate and get stuck in that perfection zone. Instead, start imitating and keep progressing in your learning journey. Gradually will start coming up with your own stuff. I can promise you that's what I did, and it has worked for me big time, so you will also be able to do it. Is that clear, everyone? Can you type 100% if this idea of II, the concept of II is clear? Awesome. Now let's get into the last part. Oh, we are already at 8:42. So I'll give you a quick breakout room session of just 8 minutes. So I'll create only maybe, yeah, three breakout rooms. So you have only 8 minutes. So discuss with each other, talk to each other, discuss whatever is happening with you, with your filmmaking journey, discuss with each other and come back in 8 minutes. Let's wrap it up. Okay, please get into the breakout rooms, guys. I have opened the breakout rooms. Please go into the breakout rooms. Welcome back, everyone. So how was the breakout room discussion? How was the breakout room discussion? Put a couple of words in the chat box. Let's see how was the discussion. So Navaratri festival is coming up. A very happy Navaratri to each one of you. So I think tomorrow is the final day. So have a great festival ahead. Very soon Deepavali is coming. Like I told you, take all these festivals as an opportunity to renew and restart your journey wherever it has gotten stuck. This is kind of a very amazing time to restart your journey with a new zeal and new enthusiasm. So looking forward to see as many of you as possible in our advanced community. Having said that, remember the the double I formula. We have something called as triple IEEE in the 2-week intensive that I talk about. So this is double I formula: imitate and then innovate. Okay, that's it from my end for today. We have something exciting we are planning, and from tomorrow you will all start getting messages. We are trying to plan. No one writing the in conclave. Shailesh will discuss about the conclave in our morning meeting. So we are planning something that I got inspired from my mentor Mitesh Khatri. So we are trying to. This is just a plan. We are trying to plan a weekend workshops on acting, cinematography, editing. We were just discussing today. So tomorrow onwards, you will all start getting messages. So we might plan exclusive workshops for acting, editing, cinematography over weekends. So whoever interested can give that also a try. Because some people weekends will be they can free themselves completely, like what I am doing with my mentor. So I'm thinking of that. So we'll see how it goes. So a lot of exciting things we as a community are also doing. From your end also, please work with that renewed enthusiasm. Okay, that's it from my end. All the best. Shailesh is saying. Old person. I didn't get it, but we'll discuss it tomorrow. We are already at 8:55. So thank you everyone for joining. Let's catch up again next Thursday, same time, 8:15 p.m. Until then, like I told you, keep working on cinema, keep working on your passion for cinema and stay connected. Okay. Thank you guys. This is Vihan signing off. Good night, everyone.